Success is not a game of desperation. It is a science governed by laws as real as gravity, and the man who tries too hard, who strains, who struggles, who forces, often finds himself stuck, frustrated, and defeated. Why? Because trying too hard blocks the very flow of success. Let me tell you a truth that will change the course of your life. Success does not yield to tension. It surrenders to clarity, to faith, to focused and persistent effort, but not frantic hustle. The man who is too eager to win, who obsesses over outcomes, who pushes without inner calm, sends a message to his subconscious mind that he does not believe. He is, in fact, announcing to the universe, "I do not have this, I am not enough, I must force the world to give it to me." And what do you suppose the world gives him in return? Resistance. Because the man who tries too hard is not in harmony with his goal. He is in conflict with it. He is chasing, not attracting. He is demanding, not deserving. There is a vast difference between persistence and pressure. Persistence is noble, it is steady, it is calm, it is confident, it moves with quiet assurance knowing the outcome is inevitable, but pressure is frantic. It screams, it doubts, it rushes, and life does not reward pressure. It rewards preparation. My friend, if your every move is riddled with anxiety, if your actions are born from fear rather than vision, if your pursuit is filled with noise instead of certainty, then you are trying too hard, and success will continue to evade you. Success is not chased, it is magnetized. You do not attract what you want. You attract what you are, so the key is not to try harder, but to become more. Become the person who deserves the success you seek. Develop the inner peace that radiates confidence. Cultivate a burning desire, yes, but combine it with inner stillness. Think of a lion. The lion does not frantically run after its prey. It waits, it watches, it knows its power, and when the moment is right, it acts. With precision, with certainty, and with silence. That is power. That is success. The man who tries too hard often lacks faith in his own cause. He works from a state of lack, from a belief that it is not already his, and so he fights against his own mind. He builds walls where there should be bridges. You must learn to trust your vision. Speak to yourself with assurance. Replace force with faith. Replace panic with preparation, replace urgency with purpose, and above all release the need to control every detail. Because life, like the soil, does not grow under pressure, it grows under patience. Plant your seeds, water them daily, and walk away knowing they will bear fruit. Trying too hard is a declaration of doubt. But calm persistence is a declaration of belief, and belief is the foundation of all riches. So today I urge you, stop pushing, start aligning, let your vision be clear, your purpose be strong, and your mind be still. Success is waiting, but it only comes to the man who knows he already owns it in spirit, long before he sees it in form. The man who labors under the burden of desperation does not yet understand the great law by which success is achieved. For when a man is trying too hard, pressing too much, exerting with feverish intensity, he is in truth declaring to himself and to the universe one dangerous and deadly idea, that he does not believe. What is belief? Belief is the foundation of all accomplishment. It is the unseen force that moves mountains, opens doors, creates wealth, and delivers dreams into the hands of those who dare to trust. But belief is not loud, it does not shout, it does not panic, it does not beg. Belief is silent, belief is calm. Belief stands with poise and says, "It is mine already." When a man tries too hard, when he obsesses, when he fears the outcome, when he chases success with clenched fists and a clenched mind, he has already lost half the battle, because his actions, though energetic, are rooted in lack. His heart is filled not with vision, but with worry. His mind is not focused on creation, but on control. He may be moving fast, but he is moving in circles. You see, the subconscious mind, the silent builder of your destiny, does not respond to pressure. It responds to certainty. It listens to your emotions more than your words. It reads your feelings like a blueprint, and from that blueprint it shapes your reality. If you act from a place of fear, of nervous striving, of overexertion, you're feeding your subconscious a pattern of failure. You're telling it, I don't have it yet, I might not get it, I must force it to happen, and the subconscious says, very well, what you believe I shall create. Thus you attract more struggle, more obstacles, more resistance, not because the world is unfair, but because you are planting seeds of tension where you should be sowing calm confidence. You must understand, success is a spiritual law as much as a practical one. It begins in the mind, it grows in the heart, it expresses through action, but those actions must be aligned with belief, not fear, not need, not anxiety. The great men of achievement, the creators, the inventors, the builders of nations, they did not scream at the world to give them what they wanted. They did not wake up each day in panic, sweating and shouting into the void. No, they walked with certainty. They possessed a calm inner knowing. Their belief was so strong it moved others. It magnetized resources. It drew opportunities like iron to a magnet. That is what belief does. It pulls, it does not push, and so the man who tries too hard must pause and ask himself, what am I really telling my mind? Am I saying, this is mine, I am ready, or am I saying, I don't think I can do it, I must overcompensate? You must not confuse motion with progress. Running in place, no matter how fast, takes you nowhere, but one firm, confident step in the right direction, taken with belief, can move you farther than 100 desperate lunges. True power lies not in the noise of effort, but in the strength of faith. A sculptor does not smash his marble with fury. He moves his chisel with vision, precision, and patience. He sees the figure already formed, and he works in harmony with it. So it is with success. If you are trying too hard, stop. Not because effort is wrong, but because effort without belief is wasted energy. Align your mind, anchor your emotions, see the outcome clearly. Know that it is already yours, and then work, not with panic, but with purpose. Success does not belong to the man who pleads for it, it belongs to the man who expects it. Stop sending signals of doubt into your mind. Stop acting from lack. Start thinking, speaking, and behaving as one who knows. Your results will not follow your labor. They will follow your belief, and when you believe rightly, you will no longer need to try so hard. You will work, yes, but from a different place, from stillness, from power, from purpose, and then success will not run from you. It will run to you. There is a silent truth that governs all great achievement, and yet it is missed by most who are desperate to succeed. Success is not something you chase. It is something you attract. It is drawn to you by the power of who you become, not by how hard you run. The man who spends his days running after opportunity, constantly pushing, forcing, and reaching, often finds that the thing he seeks keeps slipping through his fingers. No matter how hard he hustles, no matter how much sweat he pours into his day, the results elude him. Why? Because success is not a fugitive, it is a mirror. It does not respond to brute strength, it responds to inner strength. It does not obey noise, it answers only to alignment. When you are in harmony with your vision, with your values, with your purpose, then success appears almost effortlessly, as if drawn by a magnet. But when you are off balance, when your energy is rooted in lack and fear, the very things you desire will retreat from you. You may chase, but they will run faster. You may scream, but they will not hear you. This is the great misunderstanding of those who have not yet learned the higher laws of life. They believe that working harder is the same as moving forward. But many work hard and go nowhere. They confuse chaos for progress. They confuse activity for advancement. True success begins not with effort, but with essence. What you are within creates what you experience without. Your thoughts, your beliefs, your dominant emotional state, these are the forces that form the mold, and the mold always precedes the material. If a man thinks small thoughts, he will live a small life. If he thinks with fear, he will produce fearful results. But if he thinks with faith, if he sees himself as one who is worthy, capable, and destined, then his very thoughts will begin to draw the right people, the right timing, the right ideas into his path. It will seem like luck, it will seem like coincidence, but it is not. It is cause and effect. The man who tries to force success is like one who yells at a flower to bloom. He may shout, water it 10 times a day, and even tug on the stem to stretch it toward the sky. But nothing will come of it. The flower blooms in its own time, when the soil is ready, when the conditions are aligned, when the root is deep. So too with your goals. If you try to force them into existence, you are declaring to the universe that they are not yet yours. That you do not trust the process, that you do not yet believe, and belief, my friend, is everything. You attract success not by obsession, but by identity. You must become the person to whom success naturally belongs. You must embody the mindset, the habits, the discipline, the calm assurance of one who knows he cannot fail, and from that state you move, not as a beggar pleading with life, but as a master shaping it. The law of attraction is not mere fantasy. It is the outcome of consistent, directed thought fused with emotion. What you think and feel consistently, you begin to draw toward yourself, not by magic, but by mental magnetism. You see things others miss. You act with boldness when others hesitate. You persist where others give up, not because you're trying harder, but because you're vibrating on the level of the thing you desire. Trying to force success is an admission that you feel disconnected from it, and what you feel disconnected from, you repel. But when you see success as already yours, when you live and speak as if it's inevitable, then you close the gap. You pull it toward you without needing to strain or suffer. This is why the great achievers of history often appeared calm, composed, even when chaos surrounded them. They were not reactive, they were creative. They acted from within. They drew success by the strength of their vision, their clarity, their unwavering inner state. So stop chasing, start becoming. Let success come to you, not through idle dreaming, but through powerful alignment. Think the thoughts, speak the words, feel the emotions, take the actions of one who already has what he seeks, and soon the world will rise to meet you, not because you forced it to, but because you prepared yourself to receive what was always waiting. There is a vital distinction, subtle to the undiscerning eye, but life-changing to the one who understands it, between persistence and pressure. Persistence is calm, it is steady, it is fueled by conviction. It moves through adversity with grace. It understands that the goal is already one in mind, and it merely walks the path until that truth becomes visible. But pressure is something else entirely. Pressure is frantic. It is born of fear. It hurries, it scrambles, it questions every move. It doubts the outcome before the battle has even begun. It is the mind's panic disguised as action, and herein lies the great trap. Many confuse pressure for determination. They believe that pushing harder means progress. They assume that if they aren't sweating, burning out, or stressing, they must not be working hard enough. But that is not success. That is self-sabotage. Let me be plain. Pressure destroys progress, not because work is bad, not because ambition is wrong, but because pressure misuses energy. It disperses focus. It clouds judgment. It replaces faith with force. The man who walks with persistence may appear slower, but he reaches the destination with certainty. The man under pressure may look busy, may seem intense, but often he is simply lost, trying to do too much, too fast, with too little clarity. Persistence operates from a state of belief. It says, I know where I'm going and I will get there. It is consistent, it is disciplined, it is long. Suffering, yes, but never doubtful. It meets failure not with panic, but with poise. And it knows that delay is not denial, it is preparation. Pressure, on the other hand, comes from a place of lack. It screams, what if I never make it? What if I'm not good enough? It causes the man to chase shortcuts, to abandon principles, to overwork his body and cloud his mind. all because he does not yet trust the outcome. Now understand this. The world does not reward how fast you try, it rewards how sure you are. When you act from inner certainty, you give off a vibration of strength. People feel it, opportunities respond to it, your actions have weight, your words carry conviction, and your vision becomes a force in the unseen world. But when you act from pressure, your energy is scattered. You may speak many words, but say nothing. You may work many hours, but achieve little. You are burning fuel without steering the wheel. The wise man learns to persist without pressing. He builds himself from the inside out. He wakes up each morning with a quiet intensity, not a chaotic one. He does not need to announce his hustle. His results speak for him. His movement is not frenzy, it is focused. He understands that success is not found in a moment of explosion, but in the accumulation of deliberate days, small steps, quiet faith, steady progress. Let others panic, let others rush. The man who persists is unmoved. So I say to you, examine your energy. Do you persist with faith, or do you pressure yourself with fear? Are you moving forward with purpose, or are you running out of anxiety? Train your mind to endure calmly. Train your will to carry you through when motivation is gone. Train your soul to stand firm in the silence when the results have not yet arrived. The fruit of persistence is success. The fruit of pressure is burnout. Do not confuse the two. When you learn to persist with poise, to work without worry, to act without fear, you will rise above the multitudes. You will operate on a different frequency. And life, seeing that you no longer chase in panic, but lead with purpose, will deliver its rewards into your hands, not because you forced it, but because you became worthy to receive it. Persist, persist with peace. Persist with power, and let the man who operates under pressure look on with confusion, wondering why everything he chases continues to run, because while he panics you proceed, and that is the difference. There is a law of life that few ever master and fewer still ever trust, that faith and preparation can accomplish more in silence than force can in chaos. Yet the majority move through life clenching their fists, demanding results, insisting that the world move by the strength of their will alone. They do not yet understand that force is not power, it is the imitation of power. It is a substitute, a counterfeit, a hollow shell. Real power comes from within. It is quiet, but it is absolute. It walks with the confidence of one who has already won long before the world has taken notice. To the man who has faith in his vision, the mountain may seem large, the climb may seem steep, but his spirit remains unshaken. He knows something the man of force does not know, that faith builds what force only breaks. Force rushes, faith waits. Force demands, faith prepares. Force burns out, faith endures. You must understand that life does not reward those who beg, plead, or panic their way through. It rewards those who trust their aim, who sharpen their skills, who prepare in the darkness long before the spotlight shines. Faith is the seed, preparation is the soil, and from this quiet combination grows the fruit of all achievement. Think of the man who prepares daily, reading, writing, practicing, refining his craft while the world sleeps. He does not announce himself. He does not clamor for attention. He knows that when the opportunity arrives, he will be ready, and readiness is the true test of faith. To wait without preparing is foolish. To act without believing is wasteful. But to prepare while believing, that is the posture of the truly great. Contrast this with the man who operates by force. He rushes in without understanding. He pushes without plan. He shouts when silence is wiser. He is always on, always chasing, always doing, but seldom becoming. He lives in a state of inner tension, a low-grade panic that hums beneath the surface of his actions. And because of that tension, his results suffer. He confuses motion with mastery, confusion with creativity, and reaction with leadership, but none of these things are true. He has not built the inner scaffolding of success. He has merely thrown himself against the wall, hoping the world will open just because he knocked loudly. It will not. The universe does not bend to noise. It bends to vibration, to the steady, unshakable resonance of one who knows his destination and aligns his every step to reach it. You do not need to move fast to get there. You need to move rightly. Preparation makes your steps firm. Faith makes them unstoppable. The man who prepares has no need to force. His mind is clear, his direction is certain, and his belief is rooted deep. He does not wait for luck. He becomes so skilled, so deliberate, so precise, that what others call luck is simply the inevitable fruit of preparation meeting perfect timing. You must become that man. Stop forcing outcomes. Instead, build within. Ask yourself not how can I get more, but how can I become more. Don't just ask for the door to open. Build the key. Prepare your mind. Strengthen your habits. Refine your words. Shape your discipline, and above all believe. Believe so deeply in your vision that no setback can shake you, no delay can discourage you, and no obstacle can stop you. Because when faith and preparation walk together, force becomes unnecessary. You will begin to move through life with a calm presence. People will sense your confidence even before you speak. Opportunities will find you, not because you demanded them, but because you were finally ready to receive them. The man who forces begs, the man who prepares earns, the man who doubts delays, the man who believes builds. You must choose which one you will be. For when you stop trying to break life open by sheer will, and instead prepare with faith and walk with clarity, life opens on its own. And when it does, you'll find that everything you once tried to force was waiting for you to become ready. There is no greater poison to progress than desperation, and yet countless men chase success with the wild eyes and trembling hands of those who do not yet believe it is theirs to claim. They do not walk toward their vision, they chase it with fear in their hearts, and fear, no matter how fast it runs, can never arrive at victory. You must understand this. Desperation repels, expectancy attracts. The man who begs life to deliver his desires is unknowingly sending a message to the universe that he does not yet feel worthy of receiving them. He prays with panic, he works with tension, and he speaks with anxiety. Every word, every step, every breath says, I don't have it, I need it, I'm not enough without it. That message is powerful, and it is destructive. Desperation is the energy of lack. It tells the subconscious mind, we are in danger, we are not whole, we must grasp, cling, struggle. And the subconscious, ever obedient, begins creating more of that experience, more lack, more fear, more struggle, not because it is cruel, but because it mirrors the dominant belief of the man who holds it. You must replace desperation with expectancy. Expectancy is not arrogance, it is not entitlement, it is quiet, calm confidence. It is the energy of the man who knows that what he seeks is already seeking him. He does not run after success, he aligns with it. He prepares, he acts, he moves forward with intention, but he does not panic, he does not rush, he does not crumble when results are delayed, because he knows delays are not denials. They are refinements. He knows that just as the seed takes time to break through the soil and stretch toward the sun, his dream too will bloom in its season, so he works with a peaceful heart and a clear mind. He expects the reward, not from a place of need, but from a place of knowing, and this expectancy is powerful. It calls to unseen forces, it sharpens focus, it influences people, it bends circumstances. Because it is rooted in one of the most powerful states a man can cultivate, certainty. Certainty does not scream, it does not plead, it whispers, it is done. And because it is done in the mind, it soon becomes done in the world. Contrast this with the desperate man. He cannot sleep, he cannot think, he jumps from idea to idea, path to path, hoping that one frantic swing of the axe will strike gold. He does not stay the course. He is tossed by emotion. He speaks often of how badly he wants success, but never of how sure he is that it's coming, and so it stays far from him. He is like the man who plants a seed and digs it up each morning to check if it has sprouted. In doing so, he destroys the very thing he longs to grow. Let that not be you. Plant your dream in faith, water it with persistence, shine on it with belief, and let expectancy be the atmosphere in which it grows. You must act as if it were impossible to fail, not by ignoring obstacles, but by knowing you will overcome them. You must behave as though the result were already yours, not with arrogance, but with unshakable clarity. When you rise each day, do not say, "I hope it happens." Say, "I expect it to," and live in a way that proves it. Desperation will drain your spirit. Expectancy will strengthen it. Desperation will cloud your thinking. Expectancy will sharpen it. Desperation will make you chase shadows. Expectancy will draw substance. Let your thoughts, your habits, your posture, even your tone, reflect the belief that what you are building is inevitable, that it is not a matter of if, but when, that it is not far, but near. For when you let go of the energy of chasing and step into the energy of receiving, you shift the entire field around you. People begin to treat you differently. Ideas flow to you more easily. Doors open where once there were only walls. Why? Because the man who expects greatness is already living in its image, and life, ever a mirror, simply reflects back what he believes to be true. Great achievements are never born from a chaotic mind. The frantic man believes that movement alone creates results, but the wise man knows that clarity of thought precedes clarity of outcome. It is not the loudest thinker, nor the busiest worker, who accomplishes the most. It is the one who has learned to still his mind and direct his thoughts like a trained marksman. The world moves fast, and the temptation is great to move with it, to sprint, to hustle, to push yourself to the edge of exhaustion under the illusion that the faster you go, the sooner you'll arrive. But the truth is far more profound. You cannot create powerfully from a place of panic. A calm mind is a creative mind. A focused mind is a fertile one. And the man who walks with calm conviction covers more ground in one step than the frantic man does in 10. Why? Because the calm man sees what the frantic man misses. The calm man notices patterns, observes opportunities, discerns timing. He is not seduced by urgency, not lured by every glittering distraction. He holds his vision steady, and because his mind is not scattered, his results are precise. His actions are not wild guesses. They are deliberate executions of well-formed thoughts. The frantic man, on the other hand, is always reacting. Reacting to failure, reacting to fear, reacting to others. He is like a man blindfolded in a dark room, swinging at phantoms. He may be moving, but he is not advancing. He may be working, but he is not building. His energy is spent in motion, not in mastery. Understand this. Power is not found in speed. It is found in precision. One well-aimed action can yield more than 100 scattered ones, but precision requires stillness. It requires reflection. It requires the kind of inner calm that most men never take the time to cultivate. Most men are too busy chasing the next answer to hear the right one. They are too caught in noise to hear the whisper of wisdom. They fear silence because in the silence they must confront their own thoughts, and most have not yet trained their thoughts to serve them. But you, if you wish to achieve greatness, must become master over your mind. You must learn to still it like a lake at dawn, clear, calm, undisturbed. In that stillness, your true ideas will rise, your intuition will speak, and your next step will become obvious, not forced. Calmness is not weakness. It is the ultimate strength. It is the posture of the man who has nothing to prove because he knows he is becoming what he has chosen. He does not rush because he is not late. He does not fear because he is prepared. He does not shout because truth does not require volume. This calmness radiates, it influences, it magnetizes. People are drawn to those who carry certainty within them. People trust those who seem grounded, composed, and intentional. You do not inspire the world by frantic action. You inspire it by inner alignment, so train your mind to slow down even when the world speeds up. Begin your day with clarity, spend time in solitude, ask yourself what truly matters today, and eliminate what does not. Be ruthless with distraction, be fierce in focus, and move not with panic, but with poise. When adversity strikes, remain calm. When the plan shifts, stay grounded. When others lose their heads, keep yours high. Because the storm does not decide your direction, your state of mind does. Remember, the most powerful force in any room is the one who needs nothing but his own vision to move forward. Let others scramble. Let others sweat in doubt. You will think, you will see, you will act, with elegance, with certainty, with quiet fire, and the results will come faster not because you raced harder, but because you moved from clarity. For the man with a calm mind sees the shortest path, takes the right step, and hits the target with fewer attempts. So slow down your thoughts, direct your energy, breathe deeply into your convictions, and move through this life not like a man chasing time, but like one who commands it, because calm is the secret speed of the successful, and in calmness you will find your greatest strength.